that you can live with for the next 12 months and then get ready. Because the whole idea is to transition this thing so you never have to do this again. Okay? Because the landlord really can kick you out whenever they want to. All right? There's only one way you can lose your house if you own it, and that's to not pay for it. That's the only way. Unless somebody wants to build Cowboy Stadium in your backyard, then eminent domain or whatever that may be. But that ain't going to happen. You know, the Death Star is going to be there for a long time. Yeah, I realize this today. Super Bowl and World Series in Arlington? Dallas is stupid. Really, why don't we have this? Arlington, not that there's anything wrong with Arlington, but Super Bowl and World Series in 1 year? At least the Rangers are playing in it. You know the Cowboys ain't going to play in it. I just thought about that, right? They're not. Come on. 1 and 5? You know, I bleed blue and orange at the same time. All right? Okay, so house. Guys, don't blow this thing off because the rental part of this deal doesn't work. Okay? If we don't find you that perfect little cottage out there on the hillside that you want to buy in the future, don't blow this thing off. Okay? Because you may come back in a couple of years wishing that you wouldn't have stopped. We got that all the time. It's the hardest part of this deal. I'm not kidding you. It's horrible out there. You get out there, and the internet's great, folks. It's wonderful. It makes a lot of things go really, really fast. But it also is chaos when it comes to renting houses. Good Lord. They throw that thing up there, and Lord knows how many people have already looked at it. And we don't know because everybody wants to post it really, really fast, but nobody wants to update it really, really fast. All right? That happens a lot. Get ready for that one. You're going to find one that you like, and then they're going to come back and there's a contract on it. Well, why didn't anybody tell us? Oh, well, we forgot. Okay, just get ready. It's the hardest part of this deal. All right, let's talk about credit. The credit part of this deal works for everybody if you do a couple of things. Number one, okay, there's some going to be some things you go, duh. Okay, don't make any more late payments. All right, that's obvious. If you have credit right now that is good, okay, which this is not shocking, but most people don't. When they get bad credit and that ball starts to bounce and starts to roll downhill, it typically gets worse until it really can't get any worse. Until you get to that point where I was. Just stick it on there with the rest of them. You know, I had 60 plus accounts that were in the toilet when it was all said and done. You know, it didn't start that way. You know, but somebody come after me and I didn't have what it took to pay it. Whatever. You know. But I eventually had to shift that way of thinking. Can't think that way anymore. If you got good credit, if you got something on there, 2 or 3 things that are on there that are good, very, very important to keep those current, okay? If you don't, which the norm in this program is 90% of people that come into this program don't have any good credit, and that's normal, okay? You're not singled out as somebody that's got really, really bad credit. That's normal, okay? The only way that this thing can get any better is, guess what? You have to reestablish new credit. We get people that call in all the time. They just don't want to do it. I don't want to do that part of it. I don't want to. That's what got me in trouble in the first place. I don't want to have any more credit. I don't want to do it. I promised. I said I'd never do it again. And again, it's not me. It's not you. It's not anything other than a mathematical formula that you have to prove to. Okay? Everybody in this room at one point started out with an 850 credit score, okay? It may have been just for that long, but everybody starts off at 850, and then the program is designed to look for reasons to lower that score. And I'll explain some of the reasons why in just a minute. But I can make everything go away. You come in with 40 accounts, and we make 40 accounts disappear off your credit report legally. Because people don't do good work when it comes to filing the proper paperwork, especially when you start going the legal route that we go, okay? All of a sudden, they can't really just punch a button and say it's been verified anymore, okay? But they can make it all go away, and you know what your credit score would be? It would be nothing. 0. You could have 40 bad items on there, and you could have a 485 credit score. And we get 38 of them things sitting on your credit and make them go away. And you got 2 left that are still on their bad. You know what your credit score is going to be? I don't, but it's going to be 4 something or 5 something. Until you start to reestablish new positive credit and show, not to you, not to me, not to anybody else, but prove to the mathematical crazy person that invented this formula that you can maintain positive credit and pay it on time and have diversity, which means an auto loan or a credit card. An auto loan is considered an installment loan because there is a payoff. A credit card is considered a revolving account because there's really no end to it. You can always charge more and pay, and charge more and pay, and pay it off, pay it off. It's always revolving. An installment loan has a means to an end. A mortgage is an installment loan. Furniture that you purchase is an installment loan, or jewelry is an installment loan. But credit cards and stuff like that, and student loans are an installment loan. You got to show diversity, okay? And you got to show a little bit of activity on it to bring up credit scores. So establishing, for most of us, is very critical. We have people that we try. We have several different means. We just got to prove today. American Dream Consulting and American Funding came together, and now we're going to be offering a credit card. It's a preloaded, basically not really preloaded, it's a secured credit card that you have to put, minimum secured credit card is $300. But it's your money, there's no interest, okay? You can't be turned down for it because there's no credit check. I think the one-time activation fee is $75, and I think it may be $5 a month. But there's no interest, but it's your money. You can never default on it. So it's a secured credit card that's reported to the credit reporting agencies as a perfect account with no credit check. There's also, we have one, Ox Publishing, which is an online buying that you can go to and sign up for. You're buying your way into this deal. I mean, you can buy your way into it, but that secured credit card it's your money. It does cost about $75 to get signed up, but it's reported to all 3 credit reports. It's a revolving trade line, and you can put as much on it as you want to, okay? Plus, there's Hut and Chase. We've got about 3 or 4 different areas that we can give you instant credit without one single credit check. Because you know what happens if you got 400s or low 500s and you got a couple charged off credit cards and all this stuff, and you apply, well, they're going to look at that and say, nope. Well, how are you supposed to get started if no one will give you a chance? Well, these are a couple of ways that we'll do it, and there's a whole list of them. If they're not on your initial paperwork, when you signed up, all you got to do is call the office, and they'll send you over the links that you can go online and sign up for these, and instant approvals, instant. And the one main thing that you've got to do is you've got to check your mail, and if anything comes to your mail, it doesn't matter what it says. It doesn't matter if you open up a form and it says verified, 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 and nothing changed. We still need that. If you look at all the different combinations we go through, about 400 different combinations of verifications and investigations on the legal side of the credit repair, when we combine them, they have rights too, okay? The credit reporting agencies have rights too, okay? We can't ask for all 400 of them at once, or we'd win every time. They have to have enough to be able to investigate and do their part, okay? So it's typically several different things that we can ask for, there's certain laws that we have to reference based on case law and stuff like that we have to reference in order to make it go through the courts and go through the legal process. Not that you'll ever see a day in court. Don't take that the wrong way. That's not the way we do it all. It's not the way. You never, ever have to deal with any of that. We handle every single bit of the legal filing, all the investigations and all the letters and all that stuff. We do it all. But if you get something in the mail, we need it no matter what it says. Even if it says, we don't think this is you, we need you to call us on this 800 number so we can verify your, no, that's just one more stall tactic. Or we've thrown this out as frivolous, we don't think this is you. We think you've hired some attorney or some credit repair company. It's a stall tactic. Okay, and I'll explain why they do that in just a second. And the hardest part right here is sit back and let this thing work for you. Because if you're like most people, and you've got bad credit, it didn't happen overnight, okay? Mine started, and it happened literally in 6 months, okay? But I'm here to tell you right now, it got a whole lot worse before it even started to get better, okay? Years of bad credit. So if it took you several years to get to this point, this is not going to happen in 30, 60, 90 days, okay? Yes, we have had some cases, people have come to us with low 500 credit scores, and in 90 days they're moving into their new house. We have a few of those, but that is not normal. And yes, we have people that come to us with low 500 credit scores, and they're not in a house, and it's been 3 years. Okay? And that's not because we didn't do what we're supposed to do. It's because things happen. This is life. We do lose our jobs. We do get in auto accidents. We do fall ill. Family members get sick, okay? This is not a perfect world. This is life, okay? So we'll deal with all of it as long as you're willing to deal with it. The average customer that comes to us with a 400 to low 500 credit score ends up in 12 months with good credit, okay? So you have to have patience. I don't know how many years it took you to get where you are, but give it one more year. Give it 1.5 more years, and you'll never have to pay 18% on an auto loan, 22% on a credit card, 8 or 9% on a house, okay? Or let's just say 100% interest on a house. If you're renting, that's what you're paying, 100%. Did you know that you can spend $1,000 a month on a rent house and spend $12,000 a year, and you don't get anything back on your tax returns? You spend $1,000 a month on a house payment on a home that you own, and at the end of the year, you get to knock off about 10 grand off of your adjusted income. That's like having 3 kids, y'all. Okay, I got 4 kids. Maybe 8, 9, 10, I don't know what I was thinking right there. And then 16. But it's like having 3 more kids, like having those deductions. Just, you know, you go file your taxes, you got your income, and you got your what you paid in, and then you have your kids, you deduct that off, and then that's what you get to write your taxes on. Take that 10 grand and just swap it right off. It's about $2,000 or $3,000 that you get back, on top of if you're already getting something back. Okay? Owning a house. TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, these guys, I didn't change this. I should have. They're now in the $1 trillion profit. Not multi-billion. They have now hit the $1 trillion mark. Bad credit pays, guys. The worse off your credit is, the more money they make. Just to kind of let you know what kind of group of people these guys are. You know who owns LifeLock, True Credit Monitoring, Protect Your Identity, all those companies? You know who owns them all?